Hello, everybody, and welcome back to an episode of the Free Skate. It is just me and my wonderful Christmas setting here. I have my dog snow globe that I got from Shoppers Drug Mart a few years ago. There's red birds on the tree in the background, and the snow is flying around. And this is a thrift store. Everything was thrift store purchase separately, and I made it into like a Christmas vase sort of dealy with tinsel and like lights in it. Anyways, so today I'm going to be doing the NHK trophy. It was a very interesting event. So let's dig right into this. So let's start. How about let's start with men. So Yuma Kageyama ended up narrowly winning by about 1.5 points, maybe. I don't know the exact calculation, but we'll give or take that because Shun Sato won the free skate. So that was a little bit of a surprise from him, I believe. He's had two really strong events this year. He's fallen into his flow here. He looks really, really good. He looks very smooth. He's landing many of his jumps. He just looked awesome. Lucas Bridgkey pulls up from 5th after the short program to be 3rd overall. Lucas. I want so much more for him, and he just doesn't lay it all out on the line every single time. There's so much missing from him so often. He was okay in this event, so like I said, he did pull up from 5th to bronze, so that was good for him. He's getting another Grand Prix medal. Boyang Jin, man, this dude is like, every time I see him, I just ask him, like, is he still skating? That's crazy. I feel like he's been on the circuit for like 25 years. I know he hasn't been, but that's what it feels like. I think he's been on the circuit at least 2018, maybe? Well, I don't think he was before 2018, but in and around that. So he's been around for a while. So we have Jun Wancha. Poor Jun, just can't catch a break. He was 3rd after the short program. Just another completely disastrous skate. 10th in the free skate. He falls to 5th. You know who didn't fall in the free skate was Adam Agara of Slovakia. That dude scored 230 even. He was 9th in the short, 4th in the free skate. Awesome. Good for you, Adam. That was a really big surprise. And I'm going to confess something. I think this is the first or second Grand Prix where I've watched pretty much every single skater. Normally, I just go to the last groups. This time I watched everyone. So congratulations to me. The only other one that I kind of want to mention here is, we'll get to him in a second here. So Yuma scrapes by. He did have a good skate, but he had a few mistakes. So he was 2nd. It was 287.24 overall. Shun Sato 285.71 overall. There is going to be a serious battle for this Japanese title. It is not a given. So very, very interesting to be watching that one. 10th place. It's raining men, hallelujah, it's raining men, amen. I was really caught off guard by this. Did not expect him to be skating to this, and it was just so odd. Jimmy Ma skating to It's Raining Men. Yeah, he didn't really have a great free skate. The entertainment value was a little like cringy. Listen, if you're gonna choose YMCA and It's Raining Men, you need to serve me. And you didn't serve me. Jimmy, you did not serve me. It was like watching a bad exhibition program. Really just interesting that that's what you're skating to for an Olympic year. That wasn't his free skate before, so I'm not entirely sure what happened and why he changed. I did hear from the commentator on YouTube that it was inspiration from Rudy Galindo's exhibition skate to that. So which that exhibition checks out actually. But I was just like, man, if you're gonna skate to that, you need to really give me everything you got in entertainment value. And it just felt like he was shy to do it, and he was second guessing himself whether he should be doing it or not. There was little like waves of like cringe choreography where he'd like move his hips around or like blow a kiss or something, and I was just like, oh. And just because if you're not giving it, then like don't do it. So I really hope, I mean, if he's keeping this free skate, like you need to, I don't know, you need to work on your choreography, because you look in the mirror, look how you want to omit these vibes, and like you're gonna need to sell it. Because guess what? If you sell this skate, I mean, at nationals, you're gonna blow the roof off the place. I guarantee you, people are gonna love it. But like, you gotta like give it. So please give it. I think Gabriel Frangipani, 11th in the free, 11th in the short, 8th in the free. Not a good competition for him. Lots and lots of mistakes. Matteo Rizzo coming back to 29th, 7th in the short, 6th in the free. He again he's not serving well at all. I love Matteo Rizzo. I need him to, bring a little bit more here. I don't really know what else I want to say about men, so I think we'll leave men at that. I was more wanting to rant a little bit about Jimmy Ma there. So how about go to the ladies. Kaori Sakamoto, her free skate. What was her free skate score? I know it was huge. Her score was 150.13 points. This is what you need to do to win the Olympics. If Kaori slays and skates clean, she will, in all likelihood, fend off her competition. Probably just barely. Not entirely sure if Adelia Petrosian throws in, quad or triple axel. I'm not entirely sure how possible it's going to be to fend off that. But if there's a mistake, you better believe Kaori's going to come for you. The girl got positive GOEs through her entire program, except for her triple flip, triple toe, which the toe got a Q, which is really interesting, because usually if you get a Q, you get a negative GOE, and she didn't even get a negative GOE. Only one judge gave her a -1, the rest are 1 and 0. So that was interesting. Luna Hendricks was second in the free skate. She wins the bronze medal. She definitely came back after, a few mistakes in the short program. She did get 136.52 in the free skate, so that was really nice for her. I think she was super nervous for this competition, especially in the short program. I noticed she was. I felt like she was very nervous, and she, hadn't been out on competition ice for quite a while, and she needed to get out there and do that because she looked much better in the free skate. So I think she's going to be A-okay. Luna is also going to be gunning for that Olympic podium 100%. You can tell just the expressions on her face and the kiss and cry. She's so invested in this, and she's so happy to be back on the ice, and I really wish her the best of luck. She is one of my favorite skaters, so I'm really, really pulling for her. We have a little bit of a surprise for the medal table here for women. Sofia Samolinka wins the silver medal with 200 even points. She beats out Luna Hendricks by just over 1 point. She was second in the short program, third in the free skate. I really enjoyed her. I thought she was a lovely skater. Her jumps were really, really nice. This girl, I think, is a little bit of a dark horse to, you know what? There is no reason where I see her out of the top 10 in Olympics. If she skates good, I think she is going to be right up there in probably the top 8, I would say. Sara Everhardt. So this has been a really big talking point over the last few weeks, especially with her scoring in past events. So I'm just going to kind of lay out my opinion with Sara Everhardt. Now, I know there's some Sara Everhardt stan fans here who really, really like her and think that she was totally getting wiped. I don't see it. I think her scoring is very fair. Listen, right now she is all technical, all guts, going out. You could see like her face, the determination on her face. She's all business. I have not seen her get into her program yet. Both programs. I think they are slowly improving. I do think this time out looked better than last time when she was skating, but there's a lot of work to be done. She doesn't reach the rafters on her presentation to me. I don't see her portraying the storyline or the way the program should be put together. Her choreography seems she's doing it because she knows it, but I still find her a little bit stiff, and I find her just too much business. Is there room for improvement? Absolutely, there's tons of room. Is there time for improvement? Yes, there's tons of time for improvement. Is it probably going to be in this Olympic cycle? Like, for February? Probably not. I can't see that happening. I think we all, have our feelings of like who the top 3 U.S. ladies are. For me, Sara Everhardt is not one of the top 3 U.S. ladies. However, in the next quad, I would watch out for her. I think give her a year or two to really, get her into the programs and feeling the artistry and stuff. And by the next Olympics come around, I think she could possibly be national champion going into the Olympics. So I think she just needs time, and she needs repetitions, and she needs to learn to feel the music and really perform. It's a really, really, really tough thing to do. And listen, guys, just calm down. She'll get there. But I do think her scores have been fair. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Man, the Japanese nationals, between all the girls we've seen already, Yuna Aoki, Kara Sakamoto, Ami Nakoi, they're just so good. Everyone is so good. It just blows my mind how you can have so much consistency. Wakaba didn't have the skates that she wanted to here, so unfortunately her placing 9th effectively, she's not going to be at the Grand Prix final, so that kind of sucks since it's in Japan, but it is what it is. Especially, you need to medal at both events, preferably a silver or gold at one, because having even 2 bronzes is like a roll of the dice. You probably won't make it. Who just I tweeted about this before. By the way, Twitter, the Free Skate, X, and Blue Sky as well, the Free Skate. Also on podcasts. If I don't have a podcast out on Apple Podcast or Podbean, come to the YouTube channel because it will be there. Anna Pezzetta. My God, every time I watch this girl, all I think of is Caitlin Osmond. Her, just not like her physical aspects of her too. She looks like Caitlin Osmond, but her skating, she's so powerful. She has the same body type and the same type of skating style that Caitlin Osmond has. And every time I see her do, her triple flip, her triple S, this is all huge. I mean, I feel like I'm watching an incarnate of Caitlin Osmond. Caitlin Osmond is alive and well, so it's not an incarnate of her, nor would she be old enough to have that. But I swear, you need to take like a DNA test. I swear to God, you guys are like probably related. It's crazy. Livia Kaiser, Switzerland, finished last place. Not a good outing for her. The Swiss Federation did put on a score for her to qualify for the Olympics. I think she needs to total 185. So I don't believe she's done that yet. So I'm not entirely sure how that's going to go down or how many more chances that she has to do this. I guess Europeans. I don't remember if she's been in another Grand Prix event. I can't remember, but that's a lot of pressure on her to do that. So yeah, Kari Sakamoto, 227.18. Sofia Samodalkina, 200 even. Luna Hendricks, 198.97. Young Yu, 198.82. Sara Everhardt, 5th, 186.69. Let's go to, well, I'm going to leave Paris for last. Let's go to ice dance. Okay, so I've had this question pinned to me a few times by a few different people, and I have also read all of the online opinions of people in this situation. So there's a few situations here. I'm going to go bottom top here. Let's do, Yuka Orihara and Yuho Pirinen. First of all, somebody, you got to give them a 9.75 for presentation. I don't care if their skating skills are a 7.25. Their presentation is a 9.25. There. That's my opinion. No, they are so much fun to watch. Both of their programs are so entertaining. In the free skate, just the craziest choreography. It is an absolute gong show. Their free skate is their free dance is a gong show. And I love it. I am so disappointed that in all likeliness, Yuka will not have Finnish citizenship, which, come on. I mean, Lawrence Fonny Baudry became a French citizen in a matter of, it seemed like weeks. Yuka has been skating for Finland for how long, and she doesn't even have it yet. And, I'm not saying, countries should expedite citizenship based on Olympic, events coming around the corner and talent, but, it's just going to be really disappointing because the world will not see this team. So that kind of sucks. But their choreo step sequence in the free dance is wild. When she spins him around and she literally rolls over him and they both end up on their backs kicking their feet. It is so much fun. And I love watching it every time. I've probably watched that performance back about 4 times. Constructive criticism, I do see a lot of areas in the program where they could fall back into their program, because you can tell, let's say particularly during the 1 foot step step sequence that they have to do. Their faces are just they have removed themselves from the program and they're just trying to stay on their feet. Repetition, to get a little bit faster, get those edges a little bit deeper, and stay in the program. Because I don't want you to lose program marks. I want to see 9.75. That's it. So much fun. Let's go up to, so mine, Alex Shibutani. So, I think this event and their scoring, I don't know if it caught them off guard or not, or what they expected or what, but you can definitely tell that they have not skated in quite some time. They do have some characteristics that I really like still. They do skate well together, but they're a little bit behind where the others are right now. Ice dance is a sport that has grown immensely in the last decade, and I think they need time to catch up with that. They're going to take some I think, long looks at the video and their competition and comparisons, I'm sure their next competition out, they're going to look a little bit different. I believe they're skating in Finland at the last event of the year. Their looks in the kiss and cry area were hard to read because I don't know if it was like acknowledging, yes, this is where we are and we have work to do, or they were surprised at like the low marks or what. But I do think their marks are pretty accurate, and I do think they have a lot of work to do. And right now, if they don't improve, they are definitely not making that US Olympic team. Now, in saying that, again, there's a few months to do here. Go to nationals, go to 4 continents. They still have one more Grand Prix. Who knows? But there's going to be a lot of work that needs to be put in. So, moving on, 4th place, Natalie Tashlova and Philip Tashler. So, I actually really, really, really liked both of their programs. I really enjoy how original they are in their choreography, and I really enjoy how they skate together. What I really didn't enjoy, which I found super odd, was their rhythm dance. Like, you're a brother and sister team, but you're skating to like music that's saying "I want you forever." Like, it's just, is that the best choice of music? Maybe not. Like, I would maybe go back to the drawing board and try something a little more like not couples love branded when you're brother and sister. So, but aside from that, if I'm looking strictly at the fact that they're not a brother and sister, I do think their programs are really good. Very original choreography, very interesting. The way she twists her body around him, like super, super interesting. So they were 4th in the rhythm dance. They were 6th in the free. They were 4th overall. They didn't drop a spot, but they were close. Katarina Wolf-Kostin, Dmitry Saravetsky. We were 4th in the free dance, and they ended up getting 5th overall by just under a point. Caroline Green, Michael Parsons. It was nice to see them get 2 dances out. The last time they danced, he had an injury and they withdrew on the ice, so they looked decent. Greenard and Fabry looked so much better than they did the previous event out. Now, this is another, it's a very big hot take right now, especially online with people. I will say this again. The last event, they deserved to have those. Well, I think maybe they were a little bit underscored, but I do think their placement was definitely correct. This time around, they did skate much better. They were almost 200. They are still a little bit behind Lila and Lewis. Their free dance is nice. It's nice. It doesn't blow me away. That's all I have to say about it. I don't know if that's good or bad. They skated it well, but nothing in there really encapsulated me and be like, oh my god, this is such an Olympic winning program. That's what it is for me. They did skate much better than they did last time, hence their score almost at 200. But it just lacks a little bit for me. Lila Fearless Gibson. So this, again, I don't know, I might get some people disagreeing with me on this, but honestly, I love both their programs. I thought they're both such great vehicles for them. The Spice Girls program is so good. Her dress is the dress of the year for me so far. Her British dress, perfection. It is so beautiful, and it just takes me back to the 90s and Spice World. They have such charisma on the ice. Yes, they don't have the greatest skating skills. Maybe they are slightly overmarked in skating skills, but they make up for all of that in their presentation, their composition. It's just so good, and they are so quick. That is one thing I noticed, especially watching Grenard and Fabry and Fear and Gibson back to back, is Fear and Gibson are very fast, and their attention to detail, specifically in the choreography in their free dance with the Scottish music, is very impressive. If you watch the bottom half of them and watch their skates, the nuances in the music are picked up by a lot of what their feet are doing, and that is very difficult to do for that entire free dance, because you have to be perfectly timed to that and in sync, and it all just, I don't know, I think it's really, really, really clever, and I really, really enjoy this free dance. I think it shows off their personality. I think the costumes are super on point. Originally, when I first heard the music and I saw the costumes, I was kind of unsure, but I've watched the dance a few times now, and I watched it 2 times over for this event, and I came to my conclusion that I really, really, really like this dance. So both events, they got relatively consistent scores, 125 and 124 in their free dance, between the 2 Grand Prix events. So that is a pretty solid score. The judges this year, I find, are very hard to like give level 4s across the board, particularly in the midline sequences, or the step sequences. Most lifts are getting 4s, twizzles are a hit and miss I've seen this year. Step sequences, and also like the pattern style dance in the rhythm dance is like, I've seen a lot of 1s with that, and a lot of 1s and 2s for the 1-foot step sequences as well. So the judges are really cracking down on that. I would just like to see them be a little bit more consistent. And I would love to take a technical controller course, because like for the life of me, I don't understand how somebody gets a level 3 and a level 1, because I don't know. I understand it's about like the edges at the proper time and the proper beat and all that stuff, but that's just, you're talking literally about millimeters here, and it's just a little bit much for me. So, yeah, so that is dance. Now let's go to pairs. Okay, pairs. Sui Han win the bronze medal. I disagree with this. I don't think this should be on the podium. I think this should have been 4th. I think Yuna Nagaoka and Moriguchi were super superior to them. I don't believe their scores should have been that close, especially in the free skate. Now, I do know the Japanese team did make some errors that lost them a lot of GOE. I mean, let's be real. That program skated clean, they would be around 140. So their ceiling is quite high with this. I was super impressed with them. They are stunningly gorgeous skaters, and they just have to fine-tune the execution of their technical elements, but they are like right there. Sui and Han, they're struggling. I don't know what kind of shape that Kong Han is in, but he seems to be struggling with lifts often, and it's a little bit scary. That last lift that they got into, I cannot believe that they actually stayed up in it. So that was really, really surprising. I'm going to go into the judges' scores for a second and see. So they did get 8. See, and I disagree with this too. So presentation, 8.5, 8.25, 8.5, 8.0, 8.5. Skating skills, 8.25, 8.75, 8.5, 8.5, 7.75. I kind of think the marks should all be around the 7.75s. I'm not going to lie. Their composition, Again, all 8, 8.5, 8.25, 7.75. I think they're being a little bit overscored. Their program looks very labored. They're thinking through it. It is step by step by step. It is not the Sui Han that we saw from the last Olympics. So, why are we scoring them like it is? I think if any other team below them skated that program the way they skated it, I think they would be 9 points lower, if not more, to be quite honest with you. So I would like to see the judges score them as they should be and not on the merit of them being the current Olympic champions. I don't think they should have medaled here. Moving on. Okay, hold on, not moving. So, not moving on yet. I just wanted to add one thing here. With the last 2 lifts of the free skate for Sui Han, I mean, he almost came to a dead stop. Why are those lifts getting a positive GOE? I don't think it should have been a positive GOE. Well, the one lift where they barely got up did get a negative GOE. But the other one shouldn't have had a positive GOE, in my opinion. Like, he slowed right down. He dismounted her moving as fast as the snail moves across the road. So, I think we need to have objective eyes here. Pavlova, Sviatchenko have improved so much. I think they look really, really good. 207.28. They were second. They won the silver medal. Sarah Conti, Nicolo Machi are the champions, 208.58. They won the free skate. They do look good. My favorite team of the event was the Japanese, and their dismount on their their last lift, where it's like the rotational dance lift sort of dismount when she's swinging around his neck. So effective. I think it was gorgeous. It was really, really, really well done. So I'm kind of like jumping back and forth here. I don't really have much to say about Sarah Conti, Nicola Machi, or Maria Pavlova, and Alexei Sviatchenko. They're going to be in the mix. I feel like they still need to work on the presentation and the speed and the delivery of the program to be more consistent. They did both do relatively well here, but it's still not perfect. And I think to rival, you know what, Deanna and Max look really good this year. To rival them, the Germans, and the Japanese team, I think you're going to have to skate really, really, really well. And so I think the pairs event for the Olympics could potentially have, I would say, 6 teams that could potentially be on the podium. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. You know what? Cam and O'Shea, another one that, you know, they skate clean. They're gorgeous pair team. I mean, don't count them out. They're a dark horse. Another dark horse that maybe not be such a dark horse anymore, but the Japanese team, the second Japanese team, I mean, they were really, really good. If they're clean, you like give them another 10 to 12 points for getting positive GOE and everything. I mean, you're right, that's right up there. That puts them at like 212, 214. That can upset somebody for sure. So people better have their, you know, eyes around their head here, watching for other people here, because it's not a given on who's going to be winning these Olympics. And of course, we have our front runners. I still think the Japanese are probably the front runners. They again have struggled a little bit this year. Deanna and Max look much better than they did last year. Still not perfect. Still need to work on some things, but they've definitely put themselves back in the conversation. Sui Han, I just don't see it at this rate. I wouldn't even be overly shocked if they didn't make their Olympic team. I think they got a lot of work to do. I don't know if the Chinese Federation would allow them not to be selected. Not sure what that's implying, but I'm sure you know what it's implying. Yeah, so that was NHK. I don't think I have anything else to say about NHK. So the next event is Skate America coming up in Lake Placid this week. And then we have our Finland event to cap off the Grand Prix series. And then we go back to Japan for the Grand Prix final. Cannot believe that we're in November, you guys. And it's getting to the end of the Grand Prix season. 2 more events. That's crazy. And it's so weird to say the next event is Skate America because usually that's so much earlier in the year. So I hope you enjoyed. Please like, please subscribe, share with your friends, share on skating groups, tell your coaches and your rinks about it if you skate. My name is Ryan. I'm on YouTube. I am on Blue Sky. I am on X/Twitter. And you could also catch me at thefreeskate@gmail.com if you want to email me anything. And podcast, Apple Podcast, and Podbean as well. All right, we will see you guys next week for Skate America. Okay. Bye.